I'm Cmpe281 and today I'm going to explain the behavior of AP and CP database under network partitioning. This is a part of my personal project for Cmpe281 and let's begin with the examples of CAP theorem. So here are the examples of CAP theorem, and for the CP systems I'm taking MongoDB, and for AP I'm taking React database. And here are some of the questions I'm going to answer in this video. So how does the system function during normal mode? What happens to the master node during a partition? Can stale data be read from a slave node during a partition? And what happens to the system during partition recovery? And this is the architecture diagram. So we can see a 5 node cluster of MongoDB, and it's a master slave architecture, and the same for the React. And React is a peer-to-peer connection. So I've hosted all my instances on AWS EC2, and all my MongoDB and React instances are going to be in a private subnet. So I need a jump box to jump into any of the instances. So first I'll start with the Mongo, and I'll show the behavior of Mongo during normal mode. And this is the journal I'm following. I've already SSH into all the instances, so we can see here this is my primary MongoDB node, and all other as secondary nodes. So I've already put some data into this, so we can get the data. So yes, so the a equal to 1, and I can read the same data from anywhere. So during normal mode it behaves as it gives the data is replicated to each and every node. So I'll try to do a partition on primary node and check the behavior. So here are the commands. I'm doing this using IP table. So I need to exit from here, and yes, so now I dropped all the neighboring nodes for this primary one, and we can find the behavior that we noticed would be that a new primary node would have been created from any of these 4. So it is a secondary one. See, this is the new primary, as because of the primary node from the cluster was uh, in a partition, and that's why a new primary was created from the remaining nodes. So now we'll again join and check the behavior. So now this will act as a secondary node, and we can get the data from here. So now I'll partition any other node and check whether the data can be read even after the partition or not. I'll drop I'll do partition on this node, and then I'll check whether the data can be read. Yes, the data can be read, but I'll try to update this data and check whether the new data is being that we are whether we are getting a new data or the previous stale data. So I'll put this data in primary. Yes, it is modified, and we can see here a equal to 2, and over here we'll still get the stale data because this node is being partitioned from rest of the cluster. So after joining this, we'll be able to see the replicated data. It will take some time. So I've made my journal, and you can follow my steps as I've created. I've shown how to launch an EC2, then how to install Mongo on that, for the how to configure for cluster, and then how to access into it, and how to initialize the replica set. So now we'll check whether the it's Okay, it needs to be a master. So, and yes, we can see now a equal to 2, so the data is replicated after the, it will behave as the normal after coming out of the partition. So now we'll check the same for the React. I've already SSH to React. Yes, so we see here my React cluster. So I've already SSH to all my nodes. Okay, so now here, um, so first we'll check the normal behavior, that what are the values for React. I've already put some data into it, so we will find the data. Yes, so we see a foo equal to bar. So this can be read from anywhere. Yes. So now I'll choose a partition on any of this node, and here are my IP table commands for that. So here I'm partitioning EC2 user at the rate 10.0.1.98. This one. Yes. So I'll drop, so all my, so rest of the cluster, the neighboring nodes are disjoint. And now we'll check whether still we are able to ping it or not, or get the values or not. It will take some time, but after that it will respond us that the connection cannot be made to this. So we can check whether the it is possible on rest nodes. Yes, all other nodes are working perfectly. Yes. So now we will try to put some data. We will try to put some data into the node that is being partitioned. So here is our node, and so yeah, it won't be able to ping to 10.0.1.22 as it is in a partition, but we can put the data on itself. So we'll change the IP. Yes, we can put, we'll update the data. We'll make it 22. Yes, it is updated. So now the question is, can we see the change to any other nodes? So let's check it out. No, it's 4 equal to bar over here. The same 4 equal to bar because this node is in a partition. So we'll try to update the same data to 10.0.1.22. We'll update something over here like bar equal to 55. And yes, the 4 equal to bar 55. So are we able to see the same data over here? Yes, bar equal to 55. But when we'll check here, this will show the stale data or the previous data. We can check data using its own IP. So yes, here the value is 4 equal to bar 22. So after this we'll insert one more thing. We will make the value to 100. And now we will join this to other cluster. So it will work as the normal thing and it will behave normally. So these are the commands to join. It will take some time to join the cluster node. So till then we can see my journal. So I've given the steps to how to create a setup a React cluster, how to launch the React Marketplace AMI, then how to SSH into it using Jumpbox, then also to send the .pam keys to Jumpbox, and the important thing is to configure this React file, and we need to put this two-line code into the React config, because the React listens on wide range of ports from 6000 to 7999. And here is a setup of my React cluster for 5, and here I have provided some examples how to check whether the data on. So now we'll go back to our instance and we'll check whether after the recovery does it work normally or not. So we'll see the data over here. Okay, so it is showing us 4 bar equal to 100, 4 equal to bar 100. So we'll check the same over here. Okay, see, the data is replicated to each and every node after the recovery, so it takes some time after the recovery, but yes, the data is uh, we get the same data over each and every. So the difference between consistency and availability is that in the consistency one we can override the data under partition, but when we are using a Mongo or any of the AP database, we can't write anything, or we cannot get the data.